Welcome to SCW La Hija, being held by Slam City Wrestling in front of 623 people at Pop's nightclub tonight. Mike and Cohen open the show. They let everyone know that we have 4 more Tag Grand Prix matches here tonight in Slam City Wrestling, and tonight will be a night to honor the longest reigning champion in SCW history, La Hija. Before Mike and Cohen can continue, La Hija shows up on the ramp and cockingly promotes herself as the face of SCW. Talks about how absolutely beautiful and busty she is, and promises that tonight, whoever she faces, per usual, she'll come out on top. All right, 54 to start the show. Commentary was great. Angle got the crowd hotter. This is the second night of the Grand Prix matches. All right. And in the first match of the night, we had Eddie Kingston defeating Otis Kogar by pinfall with the Blackout Lariat, making defense number 5 of the championship. 51-39 for Kingston and Kogar. Kingston and Otis didn't click, which is unfortunate, but nevertheless a 52 overall for the Mad King. All right, and about that, a superb wrestling and great heat. Fantastico Blancos defeat Joseph Bishop and Man Like DeReese when Fantasimo pinned Joseph Bishop. This was part of the 27 Grand Prix tournament. 66-83 for Loco and Fantasmo. 40-45 for DeReese and Bishop. DeReese was off his game. Great chemistry overall. Excellent out there, and the commentary gave it a boost. And I must admit that the tag team championship, or that the SCW Triple Crown champion Gringo Loco and the former champion the former champion El Fantasma had no problems tonight. 68 overall. All right, next up in an exceptional match, Adrenaline Drip. That's Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel defeat Joey Janela and Matt Cardona, surprisingly with a roll-up out of nowhere. And Adrenaline Drip is 2-0 here, head and shoulders above everyone else. 63, 42, 75, and 60. And Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones of Adrenaline Drip are making a run here in the Tag Grand Prix early. 67 overall. Next up in a 6-way women's match, Alice Crowley and the Liga Lucha, Flammer and Dulce Tormenta defeat Jessamine Duke, Vert Vixen, and Lindsay Snow, and Crowley submitted Duke. 34, 46, 40, 45, 43, 36 for Tormenta, Flammer, Crowley, Snow, Vert Vixen, and Duke. So 2 new women's debuting here tonight. Will they be a big part of the division? We'll see, but they're debuting here tonight nevertheless. 41, 18, and 44. All right, remember, we're an indie fed, so we do this sometimes. Next up, and about that, great wrestling and a great reaction from the crowd. Gina Medina and Sam Stackhouse defeat the Liga Lucha when Medina pins Ang Blanc with the Eat the Feet. 44-51 for Zonique and Ang Blanc, and Stackhouse and Medina with 49 and 47. Stackhouse was off his game, though. That sucks. All right, next up in a 6-way scramble match, we had the one called Manders defeating LJ Clary, Ricky Knight Jr., AJ Gray, Gales, Ashi, and Slacks when one called Manders pinned Ricky Knight Jr. with the Dr. Bomb. Manders was head and shoulders above everyone else. 54-31-33, 73-36-44. Finish was a success, and the commentary lifted the match. One called Manders shown in this match. 45-21 and 65 overall. All right, next up, in an exceptional match, the War Dogs defeat Charles Mason and L.A. Park Jr. when Coughlin pinned L.A. Park Jr. with This Means War. Park Jr. was the weakest link, and this was part of the 27 Greg P tournament as well. 67, 69, 38, and 56. Gotch and Coughlin got a tag team bonus. I want to get straight into the main event now, where, as we talked about earlier, it would be La Hija defending her championship against who? Well, we'll have to see. But before that, Atticus Kogar cuts a promo. Atticus says, typical, another tag team gauntlet Grand Prix driven card where Atticus Kogar is not featured, and another card without Atticus. Nevertheless, this will not stop the cleanse and the reaping from continuing. My plans are being formed. The violence is being associated with me per usual. This time is being set. The clock is being adjusted and it is running. What about me? What about Atticus? So he's taken a line from Raven here. He did a masterful job improvising with the crowd. 58 overall. And in the main event, La Hija on her night defeats B. Priestley with the one-wing angel, taking a move out of Kenny Omega's book just to shove it in everyone's faces how good she is. This match was designed to sell a specific story. The creative finish being a failure sucks because it was a safe bet. So 63 and 50 for La Hija and B. Priestley. The top guy Gene gimmick for B. Priestley is getting an initial rating of adequate. Again, we're going to be bringing more workers in as we continue to grow in our popularity, more overworkers. They will be used sparingly like indie promotions do, but nevertheless, they will start to trickle in. 57, 38, and 58. I actually signed a couple really cool people, so I'm really excited to debut them. I'm going to have a real fun angle coming up that I've been thinking about for a while. 58 overall. Guys, I mean, we're, like I said, in 2027 here, so we have access to a lot of guys here. So, all right. This show increased our popularity in 56 reasons. Only a 60 overall. These tag team shows will be a little bit lower based on the matchups being a little wonky and guys being used who aren't going to be typically used as much. But until next time, it is me, Mikey Bro, wishing you a glorious rest of your day. And let's just cut that out. Pretend I didn't say. All right, we're at the tournament standings now. And as you can see, Adrenaline Trip is leading it with 6 points. They have 2 wins. Fantastico Blancos has 3. The Liga Lucha are 0-2. War Dogs have 2 wins. Mason, LA Park Jr., Stackhouse, and Gino both have 3, along with Gino and Cardona. And Doris and Bishop are the only other team without a victory. So as of right now, everything is still pretty close. Anything can happen. So until next time, this is Mike wishing you a glorious rest of your day. Hey.